We're a year out from Connor McDavid, Jack Eichel, Kirill Kaprizov, Kyle Connor. Like, those are 4 superstars, man.
Yeah, big names.
Big names. None of them have signed extensions. Are you surprised by that? And do you think any of them will sign before opening night?
I'm surprised that none of them have, and I'm surprised that some have dragged out. McDavid, it was clear before a lot of us went on holidays, and we talked about this. He was never going to be a hurry. I mean, we had said we didn't think it was going to be a July 1st thing, but, you know.
What's he not in a hurry, though, for, Pierre? Like, what is he
my
looking
understanding,
for?
Yeah, my understanding of the situation is that he's going through his own internal process with his agent, John Moldaver, where this isn't about, I hope everyone understands, this isn't like they started going back and forth on numbers and terms. That part of it's going to be the easiest part. When McDavid says he's ready to sign, that'll be a 5-minute negotiation because he holds all the leverage, and it'll be, here's what I want and for how many years. The process is that McDavid has had a number of conversations with Oilers management, but more importantly with his own agent about what the future holds. What is this team? What does this team look like in a few years? And that's important to him. He's a really smart dude. And before committing a number of years to them, I think he wants to know in his heart and mind what he's committing to. That should not scare anyone in Edmonton, although I guess it does that it wasn't a slam dunk. But he's just being super careful and working his way through it. And whenever it is that he wakes up one day and decides, okay, I've brought myself to the end of this process. Now we're ready to go to the next level and negotiate. Then he'll tell his agent. But until that moment happens, that's where they are. And I met with Stan Bowman yesterday at the GM meetings in Detroit, and Bowman insisted that they understood that this was the process 97 would go through, and that they're being super patient. They're not being pushy about it from their end. They're just sitting there saying, hey, we'll be ready when you guys are ready. And in the meantime, they've had a number of conversations with the agent, and it's pretty cordial, the back and forth, but none of that matters till number 97 decides he's ready. And that could be next week. It could be in a month. It could be around Christmas. Who knows when he decides he's ready? It could be tomorrow. But the reality is he just hasn't been comfortable yet going next level in that conversation.
So, Pierre, let me just ask you this to close on McDavid, and we can get to some of the other guys. If you were hosting a Q&A with some Oiler fans and one of them asked you, when would you start to get panicky? What would your answer be? Like, at what point of the season? Because the same thing happened with John Tavares. It was like, this is business. I got to weigh all my options. I got to do this. And then January, it was, it's business, man. This is between my agent and the GM. It's business. And then the season ended, same stuff. And then all of a sudden, he had a Leaf jersey on.
Yeah. Well, by the way, apropos of nothing, well, I guess not apropos of nothing, Leon Draisaitl signed his extension exactly a year ago yesterday on September 3rd. Yeah, I mean, I think you have to start getting nervous as an Oilers fan once the puck drops in October if there's no extension. That, again, I'm telling you, that doesn't mean it can't happen during the year, because I think part of what McDavid is going through is, what does this team look like, this season and beyond. I will also tell you that regardless of how this plays out, I think it's really important to McDavid. Like, let's say he doesn't sign, and I think that's the least likely of the options, but let's say that's where he ends up bringing himself to. I'm pretty sure it's important to him, I think, in a way, to make sure the Oilers get value in return if there's ever an exit. Like, he really cares about that marketplace a ton. But again, that would not be among my top options. I think he ends up signing. I don't think it's for long term. I think that if he signs, it's for shorter term, whether that's short or medium, you pick. I think that it's about still wanting to try and win a cup in Edmonton, but I don't know, how many years that would be for. That's just my guess. Obviously, no one involved is even there, so you are guessing, but that's where I would be on it.